Breaking news, Nigerians. We don't come back again with another Ogbonge update. Right now, we want to talk about all the trending things in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom tear the North apart. Remember that a senior advocate of Nigeria, son, Mr. Mohammed Ndarani, a grand patron of One Nigeria for Asiwaju support group, made the called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at a press conference on Thursday in Abuja to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he urged the federal government of Nigeria to settle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other agitators' matters, through a national committee of arbitration. So this call, this son made Mohammed Adanari, has caused a lot in the north. The northerners are accusing him of asking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to settle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case out of court. You see, I don't even know why we keep on singing about one Nigeria, but there is nothing like one Nigeria. We have never been one. You understand? I believe that if we are one, what is affecting the Mr. A region should be affecting Mr. C. That is how it's supposed to be. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. You understand? It is believed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom will eventually give peace to the Southeast, if not say 100%, but at least it will go a long way. Because by then, those who they use them, they cover up, they don't go see wetin go shade them away, they shade them again. But for the northerners to be attacking the senior advocate for asking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to settle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case out of court, I don't think is okay. Anyway, make I even drop the video of this son waiting to talk when then they make them, they attack them like this. Let's get there. I will be right back.
Mohammed Ndarani Mohammed, senior advocate of Nigeria. Also the grand patron, One Nation Asiwaju support group of Nigeria. Let me start by saying my advice to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, having watched what is happening in Nigeria in recent times, I felt the urge as a patriotic Nigerian to plead with the federal government to settle Nnamdi Kanu and other agitators' matters out of court by set up a formidable national committee of arbitration. In my opinion, the court may not be the solution of the above matter if lasting peace is to reign in the nation. Bringing this matter to the round table for intensive negotiation surely would engender the peace, harmony, and unity in diversity that we all have consistently craved. In a country with various distinct ethnicities like Nigeria, it is and ought to be an all-pervading preoccupation of everyone to seek ways of encouraging those things that will bring us closer together as a nation. This is even more so in the existing atmosphere where there is a mutual suspicions and widespread crisis of marginalization. Our dear President Bola Tinubu should therefore consider alternative dispute resolution mechanisms like arbitrations, cancellations, and mediation in some of these cases concerning these our agitators in the country. ADR refer to any method of conflict resolution that take place outside the courtroom. It involves processes and techniques of conflict resolutions without litigations and empower parties to work together using a framework to amicably settle complex issues. The President, our dear President, needs peace and unity to function optimally. Therefore, anything that will give him peace is highly welcome, and that is what we are seeking to see in this our dear country. Looking at the political atmospheres in Nigeria today, there is a tension
Now you go
in the
hear
land
people
with
talk
a
say,
huge
no,
portions
it
of
should
it
not be
having
released.
tribal and
The
religious
judiciary
undertones.
should take, the judiciary
This
should
could
take its
only
concern on
provide
that. And this matter of judiciary
an
you see the reason
uncomfortable
why
foundations for the
Nigerians
current
do not trust
festering
Nigerian
and
judiciary,
growing
because
pocket
they know
of
that the
arbitrary
executive body
militancy
can,
and other
turn
type of
them
unrest.
anyhow.
Political parties
You see,
and
what has been
gladiators
happening
are
in
already
Nigeria
aligned
lately, you
and
can
realigned
understand that
because
these people
they
can
felt
never be
that
trusted.
the interests of their people,
That is the
regions, or
possibility of
religions
all
are
these
not
things.
being
That is why
adequately
you see people
protected.
say, no, this matter,
I can tell
let
you for
them
free,
apply
though,
political
that most of
solution.
them are
It's a very
actually
sensitive
aligned for
case.
their
This
own
is a matter
selfish
that
interests
should
and
be
not for the
discussed,
interests of the
not by
masses.
this.
They are simply taking
Going it this
advantages
way,
of the current
Nigerian government is
uncertainties in
going
the
about
land.
it. It's not going to
Resolving
solve
some
any
of these
problem.
matters that
You
are in
understand?
court
To
can
them-
only help in sanitizing the atmosphere,
Mazen
since
and the
it is
Kanu
a
go
fact
hear
that early
Biafrans
resolution
and
of a
dictators,
dispute
they go
would
hear 'em.
immensely
But is
help
that going to be
in
the
healing
end of it?
old wounds
Are they
and
actually
in nation
thinking
building.
about the aftermath? Because right now,
It will also
this
help
retrial
in this
now when they
instance
did,
in
I
promoting
am
peace
telling
and
you,
unity.
so many persons,
That is what we
somebody
need
like
ultimately
me,
in this
are still
country
a bit
today.
confused
We need
for the
peace,
matter.
we need
In the first
unity,
place, this
we need to work
retrial
together,
was
we
not
have
supposed
to
be, but we
look
are here.
ourselves as we're all one,
You
we're
understand?
all
We are
brothers
here.
from
This retrial does not
indivisible and
supposed to be,
indissoluble
but we
nations
are
under
here.
one God.
Now the question now be say, what is going to be the Mazen and the Kanu's
It
fate?
will also help
Okay,
in the eastern
if the
space
federal
in
government of
promoting
Nigeria
peace and
decide,
unity.
I don't want to talk down.
I can draw your attention to Section
Because
17 of
the
Federal Court
aftermath
Act
will
and
be
Section
okay.
174 of the
You get.
1999 Constitution as
President
amended
Bola
provided
Tinubu
that the parties can
should
explore
really
alternative
look into
options
this.
for both civil and
You
criminal
understand?
matters
He should
when it comes to
be
situations
that president
of these
that
natures
will,
in our dear countries.
settle this issue.
I, in my own
Southeast.
opinion, believe
This matter
that
not start today.
in getting last solution
Understand?
to
Let's understand
our
that this
challenges
issue in
facing in this
Southeast must
country,
start today.
we need to strictly adhere
Since
to
Biafra and
what we
after
call
Biafra,
arbitration,
the
mediation,
Biafra
and
war,
cancellations,
this matter has
where
been
everybody
there.
will come
That
together,
is why I tell
put our
people,
opinions
the Biafra
together,
war
and
has
work
ended,
together as a
yet
one family.
It has not. We are still here.
Like the treason matters
get.
involving Omoyele Sowore, leaders
people
of
are really
revolutions,
asking
now
this
movement,
question.
and the presidential
What
candidate for 2023 elections,
federal
and
government
also
going
the
to gain
terrorist
from
cases
this they are
against
doing?
Bello
Instead
Badejo,
of, sitting
leaders
in
of
the round
Miete
table
Halla,
and
Kaute
discuss
Hori,
this issue of
both
arbitration
cases
in
which the
Southeast,
Nigerian
they
government
came to
have
know
withdrawn,
that
which
they
in my
decide to
opinion
do
is a
Madonna
very,
tomorrow,
very commendable
or they did not
for
decide
peace
to
in this nation to reign.
Let's talk it.
Because
And this issue that
we
gave
believe
birth
that
to Biafra
when two
agitations
people are
in the Southeast
having disagreement
was not,
in some
or is
certain
not that
areas
addressed.
of
I am
concept of
telling you,
life,
another generation
the
must
best
come
option to
and
do
still
is to
sing
seek for
the same
peace,
song.
is to seek for
So
unity,
this thing
is
is going
to
to
have what we
continue
call
from
collective
generations
opinion
to
of individual,
generations until these
and let us
issues
have a common basis
are
for development
settled.
of these our dear nations.
So President Bola Tinubu should be that president.
One thing that is certain is that
the
it is
name
never in
ring
public interest for cases to
now
drag
and after,
on interminably,
that he
especially
was
such
the
high-profile
president that
cases.
actually end this issue.
They can only make
They
a lot
really
more
want the
long draw
Biafrans
out
not
the
to go,
sentiments
because
that
what
leads
they are
to the
dragging now, they say they don't
institutions
want
of the cases.
Nigeria to be divided,
Cases that
meaning
last for years,
they want
sometimes even
the
decades,
Igbos
can
to,
only
still
surreptitiously
be around.
or otherwise
So why
erode
can't you
public
do the
confidence
right?
in the judicial system.
So my people are here.
Let us always remember that judiciary is generally regarded as the last hope of common man, which I personally believe.
What's your take on this? Share this video, make people viral. This kind of message.
If we are to be perfectly honest, one of the major drawbacks is the snail pace at which some matters are disposed of in our courts in Nigeria today. Notwithstanding all the effort that the justices have been put in place, which is very commendable. Since it is generally believed that justice delay is justice denied, this inordinate delay in our courts is the reason some people think twice before heading to the court to seek justice. Recall that Oliver Wendell Jr. once famously remarked that courts are court of law and not court of justice. So do you blame people when they appear skeptical of our law courts? I therefore urge President Tinubu, dear President of this country, to watch out for the little forces that spoil the vine while trying to hold Nigeria together as one indivisible nation. I advise that Nigerians should be patient with our dear President Tinubu Asuaju. He met up an unjust society, and it is not easy to arrange a system that had already collapsed before the advent of his administration. It is clear beyond shadow of doubt that our president, President Tinubu, inherited unjust society. And when you inherited unjust society, it became pretty difficult or very cumbersome for you to play a magic within a while to manage the situations and get a desired result. We as Nigerians, we have to be very patient with our dear president to look inward and see how he can rearrange unjust situations in met Nigerian ways. The problem of these countries are our few elites who put their interests on the first line charge instead of the interests of the masses. And that is why Nigeria is having snail speed movement in terms of development, in terms of all the challenges we're facing today. And we must have to tell ourselves the truth, and the truth must be told. Even if the leaders of the whole world today, let's say American president, Britain president, French president, France president, will come to Nigeria and be a president today, it cannot be easy for them to develop the way their countries are developing. Because in Nigeria, the scenario is different from what you operate and we always see in the West developed world. In the West developed worlds, there is what we call just society. And Ilkoparo clearly stated that you can't build peace in an unjust society. For you to build peace in an unjust society, it takes the grace of God, it takes the peace. It takes a while for it to happen. And how it happens, it has to be through arbitration, mediation, and cancellations, and putting up all the parties that are aggrieved together and find a lasting solution to the grievances of each party and make a directions as to how the future of the country is going to be governed in a peaceful, in a way that everybody that is a citizen of the countries will enjoy his right of a citizens as a citizens of their nation, Nigeria. Nigerian problems are the few elites, just like what I said, who put their interests on the first line charge. I advise the president to avoid them and exploit all the mechanisms to settle for peace of Nigeria rather than seeking for prosecution of a matter that can be settled through mediation, arbitrations, and cancellations, and giving a lasting solution to the problem of the problems and challenges of these our dear nations. If Nigeria is peaceful, Tinubu will do well. That is my belief. I will advise the president to look inward to seek how to settle most of these pockets of agitations that have given rise to losses of lives and properties in Nigeria. Arbitration can bring rest to the East, in my own opinion and my understanding. Peace and rest to the wanton killing in the Middle Belt as well as other parts of the country. Simply put, the president should exploit all options available to succeed at this task, and his legacy as a unifier would have been solidly established and will last forever. My name is Mohammed Mohammed, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Grand Patron of One Nation for Aswaju Support Group. I'm an APC chieftain, I'm an APC card-carrying member. And therefore, our president, I have hope in him that he will do well if we have peace. But what we need in Nigeria today is a situation where we have what we call national arbitration, cancellation, and mediation of so many issues that are challenging issues bothering these our nations. We are all brothers, we are all from same families, we are all from same ancestors, we are all from same aborigines. So I see no reasons why we have to deploy our energy on something that we can sit at round table and support our president for the development of their nations. So we must have to obligate ourselves from few elites who put their own interest on the first line charge as against the interest of the masses. Truth must be told. We have to come together as a one nation and support our president and ensure that peace reign in Nigeria so that all of us will enjoy our citizenships that God has given to us naturally as one individuals and indivisible nations as a country. So I so much thank you for coming here today to come and start celebrating Salah with us. And may Almighty Allah bless all of us, bless our president, bless Nigeria. So we should be patient with our president. He will do well if there is a peace in the country. So thank you very much for coming here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I don't know if we have...
you see, there is one thing I want you to understand in life. You see, if you want to build a house, do you start the foundation that very day and completed your building and put the roof in that? Is it possible? So that is how government is running. You don't expect President Tinubu, who had made unjust society, to come and perform magic within 1 year. It's not possible. We have to tell ourselves the truth. Government is a continual process. If you go to places like America, you go to places like UK, they made a just society that when you go into the economy is stable before they come in. So tell us, if you inherited an economy that is unstable, how would you want to manage that? Do you want to be a spirit? Do you want the president to be a spirit before he can now make everything to happen one day? No, I think you should know answer yourself. I'm not defending the president, but I'm just trying to say my own opinion as an individual, as somebody who has traveled worldwide and that understanding what is operating in other developed world. So suppose that President Tinubu met up with a very stable economy. He would have moving faster than this. But there's no way he could have done it better than the way he's doing it. Because you met an economy that is already deteriorated, economy that is already getting collapse, then you're expecting that person to come and build it one day and then allow everything to start moving smoothly. So everybody has to, be patient and allow things to realign themselves and then move ahead. So you know the answers yourself. So everything boils down to what did you meet and how do you move?